Light looked down and beheld darkness. Hither I will go, said Light. Peace looked down and beheld war. Hither will I go, said Peace. Love looked down and beheld hatred. Hither will I go, said Love. So came Light and shone. So came Peace and gave rest. So came Light, Love, and brought life. Light and Peace and Love said, Hither will I go, and the world was transformed. There is a light from the east of that supernatural star, which only love and faith in love can see. Let us rededicate all that we are to all that God intended us to be. May the light of that eastern star announce the birth in us of peace and warm goodwill on earth. If each Christmas can be but rebirth of great thoughts and firm resolves to make ideals come true, then truly this holiday season is to be honored by all people of every faith and creed, in every village, in every home, each person in their own way, in the forms and rituals of their heart, can pray for peace on earth and goodwill toward humankind. And so it is.
And so it is.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Reverend Dr. Suzi Schadle, and I welcome you today to this special service. It is being put on by all of our practitioners and our practitioner students and our musicians, Lisa Arendale and Tim Ham, and myself. In the light of recent national and world events, the ministers and practitioners and the musicians at Suncoast Center for Spiritual Living welcome you to this holiday season, and we welcome you to join us in affirming our December theme, We Are One in Spirit. We are at choice to either repeat history or to open to the greater possibilities of love and compassion and peace. And we affirm that the power of love dispels hate and ignorance, just as the light of our candles will dissipate the darkness. We affirm that we are one, and that we set a conscious intention that the leaders of all nations, the peoples of all races, creeds, and faiths are guided to birth and nurture the true spirit of oneness and peace on earth. We are eternally linked in the community of humankind. This is the true spirit of the season, the birth of enlightened consciousness in everyone. We are one with the spirit of all life. The peace that passes into understanding lives and loves and heals in and through and as each one of us. There is only one, and in oneness with spirit and one another, we embody and live in service to a world that works for everyone. We are creating a better world for each one, for all one. This is the true spirit of whatever faith or holiday we celebrate. We all celebrate the birth of enlightened Christ consciousness, which is simply awakening into truth. And I would like to note that there are something like 29 different faith traditions that celebrate holidays at this time of year. So we are not alone. We are united in celebration, in oneness, in love, in compassion, and in peace. And so we do celebrate the birth of enlightened Christ consciousness in each of us, in all of us, as we embody and we live in the nature of Jesus, the great example, not the great exception. Jesus, the example of all that we can be in enlightened, awakened awareness of truth. Jesus, the Christ, the Prince of Peace. And so I invite you to just take in what it is that we have to share with you today. We have a number of readings, and we have prayers from all the major faith traditions, and we'll light a candle for each prayer, knowing that that light dissipates darkness across this entire planet, and that in our lifetime, we remember we are one and we live in peace.
Was the week before Christmas, when all around the world a new spirit of wonder began to unfurl. It fell from the heavens like snow from the sky. With hope, hearts would open to gifts on high. Came a chariot with a winged team of horses, as angels on high sang a heavenly chorus. The closer they came, the more wondrous they grew, their songs praising the gift of each horse as it flew. Now joyful, now peaceful, now hopeful in grace, on loving, on laughter, on patience and faith. To the top of the mind, to the bottom of the heart, deep down in the soul, where all dreams get their start. And then, in a heartbeat, I heard on the roof the blessed homecoming of beauty and truth. Turning away from the window, I gazed at the door. The angel appeared, and I knelt to the floor. He was clothed all in white from head to the toe. His halo and wings had an unearthly glow. His eyes full of kindness, his face alight, his smile mesmerizing, his presence so bright. This must be a dream, I thought, shaking my head. But it appeared to prepare me for what lay ahead. Not a word spoke the angel, not a neigh gave a horse, but I felt all around me a powerful force. Lightly holding the reins, I then readied for flight and rose into the morn, born out of the night. Angel wings beat in tune with an infinite love as celestial healing flowed down from above. We crossed light years in time to alter the course of a planet now guided by one divine source, and now to rejoice. Every voice sang of new birth Happy holidays to all, and to all, peace on earth.
We acknowledge the shepherd of peace, guided by the star of wisdom, into the birth of Christ consciousness. The light of love illuminates those who walk the path of Christianity. We honor those who walk the path of Jesus, the Christ, the Prince of Peace. Christian prayer of peace. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen.
Amen.
Spirit has taught us to love one another. Its law is love, and its gospel is peace. Chains shall we break now for all our brothers in Spirit's name. Oppression shall cease.
The light of spirit manifests as wisdom behind human reasoning. We see the deeper significance of the Judaic covenant from Isaiah. And my people shall dwell in a peaceable habitation and in quiet resting places. We honor those who walk the path to Jerusalem. And the Jewish prayer of peace. Come, let us go up the mountain of the Lord, that we may walk the paths of the Most High. And we shall beat our swords into plowshares, and our spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. And none shall be afraid, for the mouth of the Lord of hosts has spoken.
Oh come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appears. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Oh, come the wisdom from on high, and order all things far and nigh. To us the path of knowledge show, and cause us in her ways to grow. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O
We're going to do a Muslim prayer of peace. We see through the eyes of all. We are working through the hands of all. We are walking with all feet. The followers of the Prophet Muhammad, in their awareness of the great Allah and the Holy Quran, echo these words: I will guide you from darkness of war to the light of peace. We're going to do a Sufi prayer from the mystical traditions of Islam. No whirling dervishes necessary, please. So, a Muslim prayer of peace. In the name of Allah, in the name of the Beneficent and the Merciful. Praise be to the Lord of the universe, who has created us and made us into tribes and nations, that we may know each other, not that we may despise each other. And the servants of God, most gracious, are those who walk on the earth in humility. And when we address them, we say, peace. Send thy peace, O Lord, which is perfect and everlasting, that our souls may radiate peace. Send thy peace, O Lord, that we may think, act, and speak harmoniously. Send thy peace, O Lord, that we may be contented and thankful for the practical gifts we have. Send thy peace, O Lord, that amid our worldly strife we may enjoy thy bliss. Send thy peace, O Lord, that we may endure all, tolerate all, in thoughts of thy grace and mercy. Send thy peace, O Lord, that our lives may become a divine vision. In thy light, all darkness vanishes. Send thy peace, O Lord, Father and Mother, that we, thy children on earth, all unite as one family. Inshallah, Ameen.
I love lives inside of you. I lean as close to you as I can, because the one I love is peace inside of you. I lean as close to you as I can, because the one I love is inside of you. I lean as close to you as I can, because the one I love is peace inside of you. I lean as close to you as I can, because the one I love is inside of you. I lean as close to you as I can, because the one I love is peace inside of you. I lean as close to you as I can, because the one I love lives inside of you. I lean as close to you as I can.
We release the darkness of our hearts. May we realize that Spirit's light illuminates all paths. We feel the great Om of Spirit invite us to cultivate peace in our minds, in our hearts, and in our world. We honor those who walk the path of Hinduism. The Hindu prayer of peace. O God, lead us from the unreal to the real. O God, lead us from the darkness to the light. O God, lead us from death to immortality. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Unto all. The student who is established in Om Shanti becomes united with the Lord of love. O Lord God Almighty, may there be peace in celestial regions. May there be peace on earth. May all beneficent beings bring peace to us. May the Vedic law propagate peace all through the world. And may thy peace itself bestow peace on all. And may that peace come to me also. We recognize the infinite intelligence that illuminates the mind. Its nature is peace. Its essence is light. There is no greater happiness than peace. We honor those that follow the path of Buddhism. Buddha's prayer of peace. If there is to be peace in the world, there must be peace in the nations. If there is to be peace in the nations, there must be peace in the cities. If there is to be peace in the cities, there must be peace between neighbors. If there is to be peace between neighbors, there must be peace in the home. If there is to be peace in the home, there must be peace in the heart.
Our Native American brothers and sisters say, Mother Earth represents a sacred mountain. The four directions around the earth are four chiefs. One is north, one is south, one is east, and one is west. At the center of the earth is the peace chief. This chief is the one all the others dance around. We honor those who follow the spirit of the peace chief. Native American prayer of peace. O great spirit of our ancestors, I raise my pipe to you, to your messengers, the four winds, and to Mother Earth, who provides for your children. Give us the wisdom to teach our children to love, to respect, and to be kind to each other, so that they may grow with peace in mind. Let us learn to share all good things that you provide for us on this earth. Creator, open our hearts to peace and healing between all people. Creator, open our hearts to provide and protect for our children of the earth. Creator, open our hearts to respect the earth and all the gifts of the earth. Creator, open our hearts to end exclusion, violence, and fear among all. Thank you for the gifts of this day and every day.
Our Native American brothers and sisters say, Mother Earth represents a sacred mountain. Whoops. Sorry.
We did that already.
We respect and recognize our sisters and brothers who walk in all other religions and traditions, and those that walk the secular path, who view the absolute from a non-religious perspective. In each, there is a spark able to continue to kindle new fires of peace and human progress, and a new global dawn of spiritual understanding is created. The flame of a great peace is formed, and humankind advances to a higher level of experience and expressions, knowing that we are one in spirit and the blessing of peace on earth. Secular ode to peace. I am a spark of the infinite. I am a light in this world. The light of peace radiates from me and shines in all the world. My thoughts have set this in my consciousness. Peace is within me and in our world, and so I let it be.
Could get on my knees. Peace is the power of the heart of God. There is equilibrium, love, truth, and beauty at the center of the universe. As we draw closer to this divine presence, we experience the eternal peace which triumphs for all. A prayer for world peace by the Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes. We turn to the one perfect divine presence, knowing that the light of truth shines upon us, even as divine love guides us into the secret place of the Most High, where we dwell under the shadow of the Almighty. At the center of our being, there is a consciousness of the protection of divine love, the guidance of divine wisdom, and the strength of divine power. We claim light, life, and healing for the whole world and to all who make it our home. We consciously bless all world leaders, all elected officials, and all spiritual leaders of all faiths everywhere, knowing that love and divine guidance direct their thoughts and actions for good. For all nations and peoples of the earth, it is time to awaken to the truth. There is good enough, love enough, peace enough to go around for all. Everyone, everywhere is protected from fear of each other, and there is no more war, and no more aggression between people anywhere. Through the words of the great enlightened soul, we know that redemption of all persons everywhere is our birthright. For as he said over 2,000 years ago, I am the way, the truth, and the life. As we near the crossroads of time, we accept divine guidance for ourselves and for all who, regardless of apparent differences, reflect back to us the changeless, timeless face of God in all its limitless creation. And so it is. Amen.
As you open your cards and your gifts this season, be grateful that the trenches of warfare will not intrude upon you. On the front lines of wars all across this planet, the rat-a-tat-tat of gunfire drowns out the angels singing. George Washington used Christmas Eve, 1776, to cross the Delaware and attack Trenton. Dwight Eisenhower led American troops in the Battle of the Bulge on Christmas Eve, 1944. A young North Vietnamese general chose Christmas Eve to launch what became a war that involved our nation for over a decade. The birth of the Prince of Peace apparently is a very good time to attack. What a sad irony. In 1914, it was different. On the French-Belgian border, the British dug in on one side of the battle line, and the Germans, less than a football field away, dug in on the other. Snipers from both sides defended the territory in between. This was World War I. In an almost ludicrous irony, both sides received Christmas packages from home. The Germans got tobacco and pipes and sausages and beer. The Brits got plum pudding and Cadbury chocolates. The German authorities had sent Christmas trees. And so as evening came, the sky darkened, the German soldiers lit candles and hoisted the lit trees above the trenches. Troops put down their weapons to open up their Christmas presents. Soldiers must have rubbed their eyes in disbelief, and some, in doubt, thought it was a trick. Miraculously, it was not a trick. For a while, there was silence, and then there was singing. And after another long moment of quiet, from behind lighted Christmas trees, out of the darkness came the halting words, Stille Nacht, Heilige Nacht, silent night, holy night. Voices eventually rose from both sides of the front. All is calm, all is bright. They sang and sang and sang, and then morning came, and signs were raised promising a new quid pro quo. You no shoot, we no shoot. No superior officer shouted an order, and no command post issued a directive, but a truce broke out on that Christmas day. It wasn't long before the charged border zone between the two trenches became a soccer field, and enemy combatants were exchanging gifts. Friends, we have it on reliable testimony that war is hell. But in the midst of one of the most brutal wars on Christmas Eve, 1914, heaven somehow came down. It can happen again, now. May heaven come down this holiday. May heaven come down this holiday season to our warring, unsettled world, to you and to me and to all those we love. And may we know we are one in peace on earth. This next song that we're playing, by the way, you'll recognize it. It's a very famous Christmas song, but it was written on the battlefield during the American Civil War.
Christmas Day. Ooh. Amazing Peace, a Christmas poem. It was written by the great American poet Maya Angelou and was first read publicly at the lighting of the National Christmas Tree in Washington, D.C. I share it with you today. Thunder rumbles in the mountain passes, and lightning rattles the eaves of our houses. Flood waters await us in our avenues. Snow falls upon snow, to avalanche over unprotected villages. The sky slips low and gray and threatening. We question ourselves. What have we done to so affront nature? We worry God. Are you there? Are you there really? Does the covenant you make with us still hold? Into this climate of fear and apprehension, Christmas enters. Streaming lights of joy, ringing bells of hope, and singing carols of forgiveness high up in the bright air. The world is encouraged to come away from rancor, come the way of friendship. It is the glad season. Thunder ebbs to silence, and lightning sleeps quietly in the corner. Flood waters recede into memory. Snow becomes a yielding cushion to aid us as we make our way to higher ground. Hope is born again in the faces of children. It rides on the shoulders of our aged as they walk into their sunsets. Hope spreads around the earth, brightening all things, even hate, which crunches breeding in the dark corridors. In our joy, we think we hear a whisper. At first, it is too soft, then only half heard. We listen carefully as it gathers strength. We hear a sweetness. The word is peace. It is loud now. It is louder than the explosion of bombs. We tremble at the sound. We are thrilled by its presence. It is what we have hungered for. Not just the absence of war, but true peace, our harmony of spirit, a comfort of courtesies, security for our beloved and their beloved. We clap hands and welcome the peace of Christmas. We beckon this good season to wait a while with us. We, Baptist and Buddhist, Methodist and Muslim, say, come, peace. Come and fill us with our Fill us and our world with your majesty. We, the Jew and the Janist, the Catholic and the Confucian, implore you to stay a while with us, so we may learn by your shimmering light how to look beyond complexion and see community. It is Christmas time, a halting of hate time. On the platform of peace, we can create a language to translate ourselves and to each other. At this holy instant, we celebrate the birth of Jesus the Christ. Into the great religions of the world, we jubilate the precious advent of trust. We shout with glorious tongues at the coming of hope. All the earth's tribes loosen their voices to celebrate the promise of peace. We, angels and mortals, believers and non-believers, look heavenward and speak the word aloud. Peace. We look at our world and speak the word aloud. Peace. We look at each other, then into ourselves, and we say without shyness or apology or hesitation, peace, my brother. Peace, my sister. Peace, my soul.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release. From a world torn with chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments. I hear what will never be said right here in this holy silence. I find love. I find myself. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release.